Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, there is a new WWE Championship, and yeah, it's quite interesting.
You'll never believe what Vince McMahon did on last night's Raw.
WWE have denied releases for 2 NXT stars.
And another update on the future of Mercedes Mone. I'm Adam Wilborn.
I'm really confused.
And this is the news.
Alright, we got ourselves a new WWE World Heavyweight Championship. It's not this.
No.
But this is the weirdest looking belt I could find on Google in 2 seconds this morning. Jeff Hardy, shout out. Yeah, so there was a big announcement teased for last night's episode of Raw, and this is a big announcement, and Triple H delivered it. He came out and he acknowledged that fans deserved better to have an absentee top title holder, talking about Roman Reigns, who's negotiated very few defenses into his contract and all of this stuff. But rather than having Reigns defend his title or splitting them up or whatever, we are creating a new one. We are resurrecting the World Heavyweight Championship, which hasn't been seen in a good wee while.
Yes.
And once Roman Reigns is drafted to a brand in the upcoming draft, the other belt will go to the opposite brand, and whoever holds it first will be crowned at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia next month. So there you go. Those are the details. Triple H revealed it. Here's what it looks like, I guess. There's probably an image on your screen right now.
I hope so.
If there isn't, I'm going to look silly. But yeah, it kind of looks like, I mean, it's ugly as balls.
It's the big gold belt with a WWE logo stuck on it, isn't
yeah,
it?
pretty much. Because the WWE style of belt these days has the big logo on the front, so that when they send it to like football teams and stuff when they win the NFL,
Kansas City Chiefs go long, bro.
it's branding. Yeah, you can immediately see it.
Yeah.
San Francisco 69ers,
Nice.
all of those Baltimore bastards represent. But yeah, there you go. That's how we're solving the issue of the World Championship, both belonging to Roman, who's been a top champion for 1,000 days. What do you think?
I think... Did they forget that Roman's carrying 2 belts? Couldn't they just make him defend both until he drops one and then put... Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's...
I don't think anyone likes this.
Does
anyone like this?
I mean, it makes a lot of sense why King of the Ring's been dropped now, because they're going to be quite busy for Night of Champions.
Yeah.
But, it better not go around the waist of Cody Rhodes for me.
I think it devalues pretty much everyone involved in this situation. Really, this solution to this problem, right? And there's no perfect solution. Well, I mean, the perfect solution would have been Cody Rhodes winning at WrestleMania, and then him voluntarily giving one away because he's a noble babyface.
Yeah.
That would make sense. But I think this is a very suboptimal solution. First, the belt is ugly as F-U-C-K.
Yeah.
Second, it makes Roman look like a div and immediately devalues him because he's been built up as this all-conquering, dominant guy. And it's like, oh, by the way, brother, you've only got 1 title now. Yeah. We're going to take another one and throw it over here. You haven't lost it. We're just taking it off you, which makes him look like a fanny. The person who then gets the secondary belt is immediately going to look like the second most important.
The B champion.
Yeah, exactly, because Roman has been so dominant and they've told this great story with him for 3 years. It makes Cody look like a goof, especially if he wins it.
He better not.
After all of this, and it undermines the whole Roman Reigns story. The whole point of this story is that this guy has been made this indomitable monolith monster, ready to be toppled for everything. He has everything, and he has nothing when he loses. That's the story.
Yes.
That's how you build great title changes. Now, whoever beats him is getting half of that. I think this is bad.
All I can think of is, you know that meme where there's someone like riding a bike and then they shove a stick in their own bike wheels and then go, oh, bloody hell. That's WWE. Why have you overcomplicated this? Like you say.
I think the answer might actually be in your second story.
Well, granted, yeah. You'll never guess what Vince did on last night's Raw, Andy. He made major changes. We'll talk more about who should be that other champion, by the way, in the fair questions in a bit. PW Insider reported major changes were being made to the Raw script that Vince McMahon was behind, leading to, you guessed it, talent unhappiness backstage. Get out of fucking WWE, you old
He's literally the worst guy alive.
It was going so well.
Maybe not literally.
Go away.
No
one wants you there. Not management, not talent. Only that twat at Endeavour's like, oh, he's quite good, isn't he? Look at his silly moustache.
Ric Flair likes him, apparently.
Oh, well, yeah, of course he does.
Jeez.
Anyway, also, you know that match, the big match that was built up for last night's Raw?
Yeah.
You know that they advertised,
Yeah.
sorry, they only advertised one match for last night's Raw, and Bad Bunny will be there, and that was merged into the same thing anyway. The big match between the Street Profits and Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin, yeah, that was completely out of nowhere. Sean Ross Sapp from Fightful reporting that wasn't even on Raw's rundowns. It's a bloody mess. Vince needs to get out of WWE right now, and it's not going to happen because God is dead.
He's the boss now. Yeah, he's in charge again.
Sorry, Ben Roy, by the way.
This is going to keep on happening. He's got final say. He can do what he wants creatively. So it'll keep on happening. It kind of makes Triple H's position a bit untenable, if you ask me. I'm sure Paul Levesque disagrees. But yeah, this is a big old pile of rubbish. I mean, the match was good.
Of course it was.
Look at the participants. Of course it was good.
Check out my lovely interview with Shelton Benjamin from a few weeks back.
There you go, baby.
Down here
There
somewhere.
you go. Lovely man.
Yeah.
Lovely man. But yeah, the whole situation is just really quite crap. Obviously this is us speculating now, but I wouldn't be surprised if this solution to the world title situation was a Vince call. Do you want to know why I think that? Because it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Like a lot of his calls kind of suck. So here we are. Daughtery 77-year-old
With
man.
multiple... anyway.
Yeah, it's crap. And you know what, man? Like, things could have been so different if they'd gone down the route that they should have done, in my opinion, at WrestleMania, and Cody took both belts, and then you find another way to separate them. We would be sitting here today going, oh my God, WWE is so hot right now, this is sick.
Well, even if you did do that, I still think... Let it play out. Let's see where the story goes. But this just makes things so much worse. I think there was a story. Listen to the reactions he was getting last night on Raw. He's still all the way over. There's still a way to tell that story where you put all the belts on Cody. And then, like you say, you could even do it then. But no, Vince just we need to have this happen to right now and make everyone miserable backstage.
But maybe Vince, we're speculating.
It's definitely Vince.
I mean,
maybe, allegedly.
Probably is.
But hey, I mean, if he was in charge, Andy, it's like people wouldn't even be allowed to ask for their releases if they weren't being used properly. What's your next story?
Yeah, that's what's happened with the Dyad, the Schism, the Jism, the whatever, the Rizza.
I want to take the piss. I want to do the gimmick here because I love both of them.
Yeah, they're great.
Brazilian veterans are mint, and they should have been tag champs by now.
Here we go. So
I know they were in NXT UK. That doesn't count.
They requested their release a few weeks ago. We spoke about that, but it was a bit ambiguous. It was initially suggested that they might have been granted it, and then it was like, no, they haven't been granted it. And then they were on TV and they're number one contenders. So everyone was like, what on earth is going on? Well, they've confirmed it themselves. Rip Fowler tweeted saying that today WWE denied our release, which we requested on the 3rd of April. On the 15th of October, we will be free agents again. Thank you for your support. It means a lot to us. And we'll see you on the 16th of October.
Did Jagger Reed say it?
Jagger Reed has been on.
James Drake and Zach Gibson. Why change it?
He says his contract actually expires the day before, the 14th of October.
Ooh.
So they're gonna. It sounds like they're gonna run down their contracts and move on to something else. I don't understand why you would have Zach Gibson, one of the best promos in wrestling,
Indeed.
one of the biggest heat magnets. As soon as you put a microphone in his hand, piss off any room in an instant. Why would you take that man and the very talented James Drake as well and turn them into weird cultists? I don't understand. This is
and they forgot how to be a tag team in NXT. They were learning how to trick people
and it's
by robbing delivery drivers or something. I was like, they've been tag champs in NXT UK. They were one step away from, and now they're
It's nonsense. It's nonsense. And I look forward to seeing what they do out with WWE. I think they're this is going to resonate as a crap on WWE video, but it kind of is because all of these things are bad.
Yeah.
So hey, I hope they get free, and I hope they go somewhere cool and they do cool things and they're happy.
Or an alternative. The only way I see them staying with WWE is the warning sign that WWE realizes. Oh, we've got two excellent talents on our hands here. Maybe we should book them properly for the next. What's the contract run out? October.
October.
So you got 6 months.
Yeah.
Book them right. Get rid of the stupid gimmick. Make them tag champs. Bish bash bosh. They're great. Put them on the main roster for me. Put them on tomorrow. you are absolutely blagging that you watch New Japan. There are 2 subscriptions that come out of your bank account, neither of which are for New Japan World. One is for the WWE Network, and the other is for Pornhub Premium. That was one of the best promos I've ever seen live. It was Zach Gibson in WCPW. Book that man well, and also, because I often forget to mention how great he is, James Drake's awesome too. Work out what you've got, WWE. Book it right, or they're quite rightly out the door, and people should be queuing up to sign them.
Bing.
Speaking of people that are getting queued up to sign,
Okay.
Mercedes Mone is on the verge of becoming a free agent, according to Fightful Select. There are no dates left on her agreement with Stardom. Of course, she just dropped the IWGP Women's Championship to Mayu Iwatani.
That's right.
Get
Mayu sucks. Mayu sucks.
She doesn't suck that much. Mercedes sucks.
The song.
Thought she was meant to be the combination of John Cena and The Rock, and she drops the title after like 60 odd days. Not sorry.
Imagine losing.
Cena and Rock, who is it? All-Star Grand Queendom event over the weekend. That's where she dropped the title to Iwatani. But she is still open to working with Stardom in the future. It would mean a big renegotiation if Mercedes is to return. She also obviously mentioned, we said this on the news yesterday, she's going to be on that Resurgent show that goes down in Long Beach, bro, on the 21st of May, which is a result of the extension to her New Japan / Stardom deal. She could be in the draft on Friday, Andy. She won't, but she could.
Nonsense. Yeah, just a little sliver of what's going on in the Moneyverse, I guess. I think we'll see her back there for sure. Not WWE. Not for now, anyway. Maybe sometime in the future.
She could interrupt Elias. They both got the guitar gimmicks now, haven't they? Just an idea. Just an idea.
You know, she's been drifting over the continents, working in different places, drifting. It's perfect. There you go. Anyway, let's
Twitter questions.
cut the crap.
At WhatCulture WWE, of course, we want to get in touch with us. Kevin Ramsey starts off. He writes, "Good morning, Eel Man." Where is it? It's there.
There he is. Dickhead.
And Mike Boy. I tricked him.
Me off. God, I'm going to beat your ass.
That's our comic hero names, according to Kevin Ramsey. With the draft coming up, and we are in the era of anything could happen, why not draft Braun Breaker?
What is this voice?
To fight Gunther for the IC title, give him a road to the main title scene.
Yeah, he'd be a good candidate to throw in this draft. I know he's still got ongoing business.
He's been mint since he turned heel in NXT.
He's been raging. He's been very upset at the world.
Spring breaking, dude, tonight. Best show of the week. NXT, baby.
Yeah. Okay.
That was actually true last week.
Was it?
Everything else sucked.
I mean, Stardom happened on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, I meant that between WWE and AEW. And even so, Stardom, need more Tiffany Stratton.
What's going on?
Sorry. Braun Breaker, IC title, Gunther.
Yeah.
No, but bring him to the main roster, but Sheamus has to beat Gunther, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think Sheamus should beat Gunther, but I would consider bringing Braun up in the draft for sure and doing something with him like right away. I'm a fan of the instant push, to be honest. I'm a big fan of that approach. He's a good candidate for it. And if I was Braun Breaker or literally anyone else on that brand and I had an opportunity to escape the worst weekly wrestling show of all time, that is the current NXT product, no cap, I would get out of there. That's what, yep, true.
Disagree with the fight. Right, let's talk about this big, stupid new gold belt, Andy, because we've got a couple of questions about that. Eddie Zamhari, that's a great question. Thanks, as always, for your question, Eddie. Hello, boys. With your introduction of the new World Heavyweight Championship, do you think we'll see a rematch from the final, from the inaugural WWE Universal Championship 7 years ago? God, we're old. Between Seth Rollins and Finn Balor at Night of Champions.
Yeah, I think they would be leading candidates to be involved in such a thing, and they would probably be amongst the list of favourites to actually win the belt. So I think on that level, it does make sense. It's also a different dynamic now. Finn is obviously a dick in character, and Seth also is a dick in character, but a different kind, where he can kind of be a babyface because he's so weird and popular. So I think it's a really interesting dynamic, although I think that it's pretty freaking problematic, all of this, because there's... I've broken myself.
I'll ask the other question, then I'll give you my thoughts, because it's sort of an overarching couple of questions. JWright.pt says, good morning, legends. Hope you're well. Who would you like to see then be the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and who do you think will be the champion? Can you please reenact the Triple H announcement of the new belt as Tony Khan? No problem. How's it going, everybody? we got a new belt tonight. It looks like a piece of shit. And there it is. What do you think? Got a big WWE sign on it. And it's going to be defended in over 9 days. 9 days is 9 days plus 9 days plus however many 9 days you got to add to it to get to Night of Champions. It's going to be great. We'll see it.
Jeezy peeps, man.
How does he do it? How do you
do it? What was the question?
Who do you think will be world champion? Who do you want to be world champion?
All right, I probably want Seth Rollins to win it, to be honest.
I'm with you on that one.
Because he's awesome. And, like, the thing about him is he spent, like, the past 2-3 years since he came up with his character, he's made himself so beatable because he could lose like 20 matches in a row and people would still love the gimmick. Like what he's done is really smart.
Plus he actually might make that title look good.
Exactly.
He wears hideous outfits all the time.
Drip it up.
Those big weird shoes.
Yes. Get them big red boys back. I'd like to see him win it because he's
probably wear it as a
extremely
watch.
Why not? Why not? Who do I think it will be? Well, pal, if you want a true test, if you want to truly know who's behind the decision to do all this, Brock Lesnar.
Oh, for Jesus, you might be right there. Yeah, it should be Seth. It should be anyone not named Cody Rhodes, because Cody Rhodes has to be.
So
Roman
you're saying it should be Brock?
Am I saying it should be Brock?
What if it was Omos?
Do you know?
I'd like that more. To be honest,
that would be quite fun.
Yeah.
I think it should be Shane because he's still got it.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Coming down in a cast.
Bad bud.
Here comes the money. Hobbling around.
Wild outside bet. Logan Paul.
Ooh,
genuinely.
Interesting.
I mean, I'd give him the money. No, I wouldn't have given Dom the money in the bank briefcase. So, yeah, Logan Paul.
Logan Paul would probably trade it in for some kind of crypto scam.
Yeah, he'd make it an NFT. I don't know what they are.
Yeah. Go and do a Hobble and Chain impression like I just did.
Sorry?
He's in a cast. Here comes the money. You'll be funnier than me. So, there you go. Ooh. Yes.
Prick.
This is a salty-ass news video. I love it.
And, if you like this, we're going to be back later on today.
Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about CM Punk later on.
Get the f*** in!
Enjoy that.
See, I bleeped myself there. I only did 3 swears today, Ben Roy.
I love that. CM Punk like a Liam Scales cross floating into the back of the net in the Allstate Arena. Anyway.
Why couldn't you do that, Chesterfield?
Yeah.
Suck.
Yeah, only we can conquer the true evil.
Good that, we think we're salty. You should see Rangers fans on Sunday.
Oh, were they fizzing?
Oh.
There was one I retweeted who'd made a video going, Aberdeen fans are celebrating like they've won the champion. It's a disgrace. It's a win, mate.
Also, he wasn't saying it like that because he was English.
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird.
Anyway, and finally...
What's going on?
Just we've been all nasty and stuff, just something nice. Edgy and Christian were hanging out.
Yeah, there you go.
Lovely.
Jason and Adam having a good time.
Oh, off at the hockey?
I'm sure there'll be a lot of people being assholes about this. So I bet in the replies there's people going, why are you hanging about with someone from AEW?
Oh, yeah, you should come to WWE, you should come to AEW. Why, but they're just mates and they're just doing great things right now.
Let's all be friends. We should all be friends.
Oh,
all
God.
of us.
I still remember when I made a slight joke on the internet about, because you remember obviously they did they were going to do a blue gimmick over Christian's face because Vince doesn't know what gets people over or talent or anything like that. And then obviously Edge was doing his Judgment Day, and he had there was one episode where he had a blue light on his face, and I made a vague joke about it's meant to be him. Meanwhile, Christian's killing it in AEW, and Edge has got a blue light on his face. Boy, did I regret that. Did I regret it? Because all them stupid little idiots came out and I just laughed at them.
Everyone's silly.
Yeah.
Everyone gets a little silly sometimes, baby. People getting silly about this Omos Seth Rollins match. It came out of nowhere. Not every match needs a big story, I don't think.
Bastards.
Also, that match rules ass.
It's gonna kick ass.
Can we not just have a random match that has no why does everything have to have a big narrative? Can we not Why?
Right, let us know your thoughts on that.
Why?
And everything we've discussed in the comment section.
I'm not Simon. I can't answer the question.
There's surely going to be lots of Simon Miller coming your way very soon about this big gold belt. He's going to make me feel all warm and fuzzy about it because he's got that silver tongue, baby. At WhatCulture WWE for Twitter questions and all that good stuff. Watch there. Follow both of us. Follow Andy Murray
at Andy H Murray. The H stands for Hoop 62, Hoop Dependence Day.
Oh my God, 7 to go, baby. 6 or 7.
I don't know.
Follow me on Twitter. At Adam Wilborn. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE. But for now, my thanks to Andy Murray. Thank you for joining us. Join us later on today for news about CM Punk. We'll see you soon.
Bye.